Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Light Sports Ramble. As always, my pleasure to come to you this evening. And I'm telling you, 7:15 and it's already dark out. And that's why I was debating, should I start doing the ramble in the morning so you guys can actually get some scenery other than seeing just a dark screen? And I think the answer has to be yes. I mean, I'm just looking out for you guys. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I can talk sports anytime, and I think you all know that by now. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and randomly publishing things. But I do appreciate all my listeners. And today, and the whole month, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I had put a tweet out today, and I was going to tweet more. I just didn't have time at work. But if any of my listeners know anyone that has battled breast cancer, has survived breast cancer, I'd like to hear their story. I'd like to let them talk on the Red Light Sports Ramble. I'm a big advocate of it. I have never been personally affected by it, but I know of people who have had wives, have had sisters, have had daughters that have been affected by breast cancer. And I'm not just talking females. I know recently males have come into the picture. It is something that can affect anyone in the United States and in the world for that matter. And I think it's great that there's a whole month. And it's great that the NFL does the whole pink thing, because we do need to really be aware of it. You know, it's something that is just there, and so many people are affected by it. And I'm not just talking about the deaths, I'm talking about the families and everyone that is affected when it happens and when it's diagnosed. So we got to keep talking about it. I know a few weeks back I had a guest speaker, Molly Lindquist from Consano.org, and I put it out a few times. I've retweeted her tweets. I'm a very big advocate of cancer research. So even if it's only 1 month when we think about it, and if it's only 1 month for some people to be able to donate their money or even time, I think that is worth it. But it's very near and dear to my heart, the whole idea of cancer research, because I have been affected by it, by lung cancer. And so it is just something that I want us to be aware of. And I know I talk about sports and I get real heated about sports and passionate. But at the end of the day, when I go to bed, sports are always going to be there. We're talking about cancer, and we're talking about something that can change lives. And so I just want us all to think about that and to really see who's been affected by it. And for those of you that have went through it, those of you that have survived, you're my heroes. We talk about sports figures as heroes, but those people that endure the diagnosis, go through the treatment, and have to endure that, and the families that are there to support them, you're my heroes. I mean, you're the reason that some people can fight through it, those that have been through it. So again, I applaud all of you. And if you know anybody, again, that would like to share their story, get in touch with me. And on Friday night, I would love to have a guest speaker and talk about their story. You know, those things are what life is all about. So with that said, tonight, I got two things I want to talk about. Of course, one is Game 5, National League Series, Pirates-Cardinals. I'd mentioned this earlier. I thought if Garrett Cole pitched that the Pirates would win, and I have not wavered from that. I still believe the Pirates are going to go to St. Louis tonight, and I think they're going to win. I think Garrett Cole brings some young, I'm not even sure of what word to use right here, just young enthusiasm, just that no quit attitude. Like it's not going to faze him, like he really doesn't understand in a good way the importance of this game and the pressure and the nerves and all of those things that come with a Game 5. I've listened to him all week being in Pittsburgh, the press conferences. I listened to his conference call today, and he sounds very confident, doesn't sound nervous. Now, we'll see how he reacts when he gets in his first jam. But I really believe that Garrett Cole gives them the best opportunity to win the ball game tonight. My only concern is what Pirates offense is going to show up. They're so erratic. And the problem I'm seeing with the Pirates is either they're all on or they're all off. The timely hitting, it's all at once or it's nothing. It's like you're putting all your marbles in one bag for that offense. And they're going against a tough pitcher in Wainwright. But what they've got to do is they've got to get the hitting going. And I'm not talking about even necessarily the long ball. The timely hits. Getting people on base, advancing the runners, getting those timely hits. And that's where the Pirates have been inconsistent. You know, I was talking today at work with a guy that's just a diehard Pirate fan. And his big thing is, man, we can hit the long ball, but we never do it with runners on base. Wouldn't it be great to just get a 2 or 3 run bomb off Wainwright early in the first 3 innings and really set the tone, let Cole get comfortable and pitch a gem? Now, I'm not saying he has to pitch a gem to win the game tonight. But we've seen that giving up 2 runs may be a loss. Happened in Game 4. Because the offense is so erratic. And I don't think there's any way to fix that. You just got to hope that the good offense shows up tonight. But I think Cole's going to go out and pitch a good game. And I'm not going to predict a score. I've had so many thoughts about what the score could be. It could be one of those 7-5 games. It could be one of those 2-1 games. The thing I've seen in this series is inconsistency on both sides. But outside of the starting pitching, Cole, Wainwright, I think the bullpen is going to be the deciding factor in the 6th through the 9th inning. And to be honest, the way that that's happening right now in the series, I'm giving the edge to the Pirates. Giving the bullpen edge to the Pirates. I think Cole does enough in the first 6 innings. If he can pitch 6 strong innings, the Pirates will win. So that's my prediction, folks. I think the Pirates take it tonight. And this city will just go crazy. But with that said, and I'm going to play along the same theme of this, it got me thinking. If the Pirates would lose tonight, is that a successful season? And when I asked the question today, I kind of got the deer in headlight looks. Like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, will you be mad if they lose tonight? Yeah, I guess. Well, are we settling? Is that what we've just done? We've settled now that the Pirates have made it this far. And I know Clint Hurdle said we're playing with house money. America's favorite, the underdog. But isn't your goal to win the World Series? And I know people are going to say, well, Troy, at the beginning of the year, that was unrealistic. Okay, so maybe it was. Maybe it was unrealistic to imagine the Pirates in the World Series because they hadn't won in 20 years. So do we keep building the expectation? And if they lose tonight, we say, hey, that's okay next year. I'm not so sure. I mean, the only way to get better is to take steps, right? Well, they've taken the step. They've got to the playoffs. But I don't think I'm going to settle. I mean, if they go out and play terrible tonight and lose, I'm not going to be happy about it. And I'm not even a Pirate fan. I'm cheering for them. But where I'm going with this is the expectations set forth on a team in the beginning of the year. We all know what happens when a team is not doing as well as expected. For example, the Falcons, the Giants. Both teams that had playoff hopes at the beginning of the NFL season, and they're real close to not being able to do that. So they haven't met the expectation, and the fans get all upset. Well, let's look on the other side of this. A team like the Pirates, that fans were just wanting an 81 win season to be at 500, to say they had a winner. Are you as a fan now happy just that they did that, when they have a realistic chance to advance to the league championship series? Is that good enough? Where they're at now, is tonight good enough for you as the fan? We can say it's been a success, but will you be satisfied with it? I mean, it is sports, and it goes back to what I said in the beginning of the show. There are more things important than sports, but as a fan, if my expectations were not playoffs or were not the World Series, am I okay with that when they lose? Does that justify me giving them a reason for losing? I think the answer is no. Because I think once you make the playoffs, it should all be focused on the light at the end of the tunnel, which is the championship. The World Series championship. The Super Bowl. For example, the Jets at 3-2. I mentioned yesterday. Is it too soon to talk about playoffs? No way. They've exceeded the expectation that a lot of people, including their fans, thought they were going to do as far as good football this early in the season. So why not change the expectation to playoffs now? You can do that. I do it now in my new role as a director of a school. If one of my departments has exceeded their goal, is that good enough for me? No, I need more. I want more, and you should want more as a fan and as a professional. I don't want to say, well, that's okay, we matched our goal, even though we have this other great goal ahead of us. That's silly. That is really silly. When I was in recruitment, when I was a director of recruitment, I always wanted my reps to be successful. So I set daily goals. And if they accomplish daily goals, they're going to hit their weekly goals. If they hit weekly goals, they're going to hit their quarter goals. At the end of the year, they're going to get a promotion. They're going to get a raise. And I always wanted them to strive for more. And so as a fan, there's nothing wrong with changing that expectation, as long as it's realistic. And I think in the Pirates case, it is realistic. Let's change the expectation that, you know what, if they don't win tonight, they had a real chance. And that's disappointing. I don't want to add the pressure to them. But when did they accomplish their goal? In the middle, well, 3/4 of the way into the season. So I hope that makes sense. What I'm rambling about tonight is that let's not be satisfied with accomplishing goals. And to be honest, folks, I'm not just talking about sports, I'm talking about life. If you set a goal and you accomplish it, strive for more. And as a fan, I think that's okay to expect more when it's realistic and it can be accomplished. So with that said, folks, my props out to all the heroes out there that have battled breast cancer, and the Pirates are going to win tonight. That's my prediction. I'll see you at the next red light, everyone. Have a great night.